as we leave the ship behind in St Mary Church Street and this little patch of Rotherhithe for now. We make our way over to our next explore. And I have to cross a roundabout to get to it. You can just see it peeking through the trees over there, the Norwegian church. So you'll join me over the road for the Norwegian church. We have now crossed the road. A pretty little number, isn't it? St Olav's Church was designed by John Love Seaton Dull. Crown Prince Olave was present at the laying of the foundation stone in 1926, then at the consecration in 1927. During World War II, this church was used by King Haakon VII and the Norwegian government in exile. It is one of over 30 churches around the world run by the Norwegian Church abroad, and is also known as the Norwegian Seamen's Church. You will get a walk through this little garden in a minute, so never fear, it's very nice. There's a war memorial here. In memory of 2,101 seamen who staked and gave their lives under the flag of Norway in the Great War of 1914 to 1918. In the sight of the universe, they seemed to die wise. Erected by the ship owners of Norway, and you'll see the reverse side of it when we go in and have a look around the church, the little churchyard garden I should say, and you'll rejoin me here later on and then we shall pop in. And we are here. We'll catch some exterior views of the beautiful church. It's a lovely one. Crown Prince Olav, he was here for the laying of the foundation stone in 1927. King Olav, he is remembered several times here. You see it's First World War Memorial. King Haakon VII, 1905 to 1957. An anchor, of course, for the sailing and nautical link, shall we say. Oh, that's beautiful. Never took burials in its churchyard. There are memorials and such. It's a beautiful church. Norsk Kirk, which means Norse church or Norwegian church. I'll just show you some of the side views around the side there. I'll pause you a sec. There we are, I'll just show you the side. Olave Square, and you'll now join me back here earlier as we go into the lovely church. We have returned. And this one over here, I couldn't catch her because someone was sitting there earlier. That's that one covered. I don't like to miss people out if I can help it. And the interesting thing about this church is that it's literally slap bang next to the Rotherhithe tunnel. The church was built after the tunnel, so that's another interesting fact of its history. We shall go in, shall we?
Today? No, it's only for Hi. This is a hallmark. It's not as big as that was the full mouth. Yeah. That's what it's not as big.
Sorry. Sorry. And that's the lovely church. For some historical images now. And I couldn't help but show this because it's so important to the church. Crown Prince and the King. King Haakon is instrumental to this church. It's where the Norwegian government in exile worshipped during the Second World War. Now you'll join me outside. There we are, and that is the Norwegian church in London, St Olav's. A beautiful church, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Now they'll be for some historical images. Sorry I had to do it in bits and bobs, it was quite busy inside, so off we go for historical images.
We've just seen the 1920s Norwegian church in Rotherhithe, but its history in the area goes back quite a bit further than that. The Norwegian Mission Society opened a mission in Rotherhithe in 1868, originally a temporary church, until a permanent building called the St Ebenezer Church was opened in July 1871. The site had been donated by the Surrey Commercial Dockyard Company and located in Bickley Row, which has become part of Rotherhithe Street. It was on the eastern side of the peninsula, north of Greenland Dock and close to Norway Yard and Norway Dock. The site is now occupied by Oscar Court on a bend in Rotherhithe Street, opposite Odessa Street. The church opened on the 1st of May 1872, and here we see it with the Norwegian pastor's house next to it. It initially ministered to both Swedish and Norwegian sailors. However, in 1905 the union between the two countries came to an end, and a separate Swedish seamen's mission was founded. The Ebenezer Church remained in use as a church until the 1920s, when St Olav's was built. The old church being used as the Dockland Settlement Community Centre until it was demolished in about 2013. The foundation stone from the St Ebenezer Church, which we can see here in the old original church, still in situ then. Its inscription translates that this foundation stone was laid by Prince Oscar on the 26th of July 1871, and that was Prince Oscar who would become King Oscar II of Sweden. And the lovely thing is that that stone was re-erected in St Olav's churchyard garden. Once it was taken down, the old church, obviously this was kept and moved to the new church. And here you can see a lovely old interior shot of the old St Ebenezer Church. And what I like, if you look up to the ceiling, is the suspended ship. They took that with them to the new church and suspended it from the ceiling of that church. And this is early 20th century, this image. Crown Prince Olav, as said, He was present at the laying of the foundation stone and the consecration and opening of the church, and the church played a pretty integral role to his life. Here we see the church newly opened in July 1927, and it's not really changed at all in all those years. And here we see a nice interior shot, July 1927, and as I say, if you look up to the ceiling, the suspended ship that was in the old St Ebenezer church, it now hangs in St Olave's, a lovely touch, which I'm glad they took it with them. And King Haakon VII of Norway. King Haakon VII and Crown Prince Olave in exile in the UK, 1940 to 45, inspecting Norwegian troops, date circa 1943. And when King Haakon and the Norwegian government were in exile in England, St Olave's was their place of worship. Other royal connections: Crown Princess Sonja of Norway left at St Olave's Church, Rotherhithe. The princess opened the annual bazaar for Norwegian Ladies' Club and the Norwegian Seamen's Church in London in 1970. And as I said, King Olav, the church was integral to his life. Here we see him back here in London. 1989, King Olav visits the Norwegian Seamen's Church in London and greets Norwegian school students outside the church. And here we see King Olav of Norway, accompanied by the Reverend Peterson, is greeted by Norwegian school children outside the Norwegian Seamen's Church in Rotherhithe, London. On November the 5th, 1989, King Olav attends a service for seamen as part of his visit to London. And here we have our last image and our most recent royal visit. Princess Martha Louise attending the Norwegian National Day of Celebrations at the Norwegian Church in Rotherhithe, 2013. And that covers our little historical segment, and to end us off with something nice.
Well, that concludes our tour of the Norwegian church. We'll listen to it ring its bells for a little while, and then that should be it for this explore. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that one, ladies and gents, and that concludes our tours for Rotherhithe for this batch, from Shad Thames to Rotherhithe. Everything we've seen and covered on that lot. But don't forget, we've got the return to Rotherhithe with walking London's longest street. So that'll be up next after this.